Hi, I'm Lynn Bridgeford from the Aether Bias Clinic and Aether Bias Yoga, and today in our Quick and Easy series we're going to look at relief for the low back. So get comfortable, bring a few cushions, perhaps a small ball if you have it, don't worry if you don't. Join me in a moment. So we're going to start with a little squat. Don't worry if you can't squat, we'll do that differently later on. So it's just so you've sat up off the chair and you've got your spine straight. So the tailbone's hanging down, make sure everything can move nicely and allow the length in the spine. Shoulders above the hips, crown above the base, and the tailbone is hanging down loosely towards the floor. So we're going to do a sideways movement. So we're keeping the upper body still and we're moving. We've got a little bit of movement in the legs, but the movement is coming in the low back. So we're bending side to side and only go as far as where it's comfortable. Getting that side bending movement. Keeping that length, we're going to go forwards and backwards. So we tuck the tailbone in, lengthening in the spine. Lengthen and stick the tailbone out. We're still lengthening in the spine, but we're getting a little arch one way and the other way. Curl around the back, curl the other way. If you have some serious disc problems and any of those movements take you into nerve pain, then don't do them, or do them really gently where you can find where you can be a little bit wiggling your bottom side to side, but we're actually moving the low back. And forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. To do that with cushions or with a ball, what we want to do going forwards is we want to have the ball or the cushions opposite the low back, so that's from the ribs downwards. So we bring the body around over the ball or the cushions. So we're lifting up, bringing the ball or the cushions towards you and relaxing forward, so you're lengthening in the low back. This should be a feeling of space, and just breathe in, allow that to relax. You're keeping the legs strong to support you. In that squat position, bringing the ball against the belly, so from the lower ribs down, lift up through the spine and then curl over, and we're letting that tailbone relax down, so we're lengthening in the back and then relax there a little so you get space in the spine and come back up. To do that for the low back, we want to have the ball or the cushions opposite the low back, so we're going to lift up and then gently lean into it. I'll show you sitting. So if we're doing the arching back movement gently, we want to bring the ball or the cushion into the low back and the pelvis, so below the ribs, lift up nice and tall and then lean back a little and relax in the pelvis, so we've got that opening in the low back. And as long as you don't have a disc problem that's compressing, that should feel quite nice and free in the spine. We can also do the sideways movement on some cushions or some ball, focusing on this lower area. So lift up and lengthen and then lean to the side, and once you're there, relax. Keep everything in the upper body relaxed, and we're just opening the side and a lengthened concave on the other side. Coming up gently, and on the other side, lift up nice and tall, lengthen through the spine and the ribs and lean over, and then let go and let the pelvis settle down and relax and breathe into that sideways movement. For a rotation with some support on pillows or a ball, we lift up, we gently rotate, bring the ball towards the diagonal line and just lean forwards a little. So we're opening up the back and a slight twist. These should feel really comfortable, otherwise back off. Don't do them, or do them less. Make sure you breathe and relax into it and come up on an inhale. Bringing the stack of cushions of the ball in front to the diagonal, little twist towards the ball, lift up and then lengthen and relax in the spine, so you've got a gentle opening with a very gentle twist. Breathe there and come back up. I promise to do all those movements sitting and without a ball, so it's taking a different focus. Press your feet into the floor, lift in the core, lift through the spine, and then we're going to gently lean to the side. When we're leaning and opening this side, we want to get a sense of opening this side too. You don't have to go far, just to get a bit of opening there, and come back up. And on the other side. Press the feet down, use the core, lift up through the lower spine, lift both sides as you lean over. And breathe, keep the rest of the body, upper body relaxed, and come up. So that would be the equivalent of doing the bottom to the side, which you could do if you had a swivel chair. And also sitting up nice and tall, keeping the feet pressing into the floor. So we're going to lengthen through the lower spine, tuck the tailbone under, so we're lengthening through the lower back at the back and contracting at the front. Come back to neutral, lengthen, and we do the opposite, so we lift the tailbone away. It's a little bit like part of a cat-cow. So from the side, we're lifting up, lengthen and curl. Get that space in the low back. Come back to neutral. Lift up, lengthen and curl away. So if you're doing one way and then the other, it's like part of a cat-cow. A little bit of flossing the spine. And to do the lower back rotation, we're not going to go all the way. I'm going to bring the hands outside the leg and one on the chair. Lift up nice and tall and just rotate with the lower spine. Once you get to the feeling of the ribs moving, you've gone far enough. And breathe. Come back to the front. Press the back hand down. Take the other hand outside the leg. Lift up nice and tall as you inhale. And then rotate from the base of the spine up. Only going to those 5 lumbar vertebrae. So once the ribs start to move, you've gone far enough. And come back. That's just some very simple exercises to bring relief to the lower back, doing the natural movements of bending to the side, rotating and forwards and backwards. So make sure that you feel good when you do them, and they should bring some relief and some strength. Thank you so much. That's Lynn Bridgeford, Aether Bios. Please subscribe, like, write in the comments below, and go across to my other channels. I have Instagram, Lynn Bridgeford. I have Facebook channels for the clinic, for the yoga, and interact with me on all the channels, and I would be happy to connect with you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you so much.